Imagine coming home late one afternoon. Instead of the familiar, cheerful meow greeting you, instead of a curled tail brushing against your legs, you are met only with a suffocating silence. Toys lie scattered across the house, the morning kibble remains untouched, and in the darkest, deepest corner under the bed, a pair of eyes peers out. But these are no longer the bright eyes of a proud predator, the little deity who once ruled the house. They are dull, empty eyes holding an abyss of despair. We often romanticize human sadness through tears, sobs, or tragic love songs. But a cat's sadness paints an entirely different picture. It is dramatic not because of its loudness, but because of its chilling silence. When a cat is sad, their inner world is collapsing. Their soul, naturally designed to be curious, to hunt, to climb, and to love, is now imprisoned in an invisible cage of melancholy. A cat's sadness is a wordless symphony, a cry for help stifled right in the throat, forcing loving owners to use both their hearts and the acute senses of an expert to truly hear it. The sudden transformation from a vibrant creature to a lifeless shadow is one of the most haunting and heartbreaking sights for anyone who truly understands this species. To grasp the severity of a cat's sadness, we must weigh them against other animal companions, particularly dogs, the creature cats are most frequently compared to. Dogs are pack animals and incredibly extroverted. When a dog is sad, they act like a child craving attention. Their body language speaks volumes. Droopy, watery eyes, prolonged whining, mournful howling in the night. And they will actively seek you out, nuzzling their head into your hand to demand comfort. A dog's sadness is a hot sadness, easy to recognize, easy to understand, and they actively share that emotional burden with humans. For highly intelligent birds like parrots, sadness or stress is often manifested through extreme, self-destructive behaviors. They might pluck their own feathers until they bleed, stop singing, or pace stereotypically in their cages. A bird's sadness is a fierce physical rebellion against mental confinement. In stark contrast to dogs, cats are both predators and prey in nature. Millions of years of evolution have hardwired a harsh survival principle into their DNA. Absolutely never show weakness. In the wild, a sick or sad animal immediately becomes a target for larger predators. Therefore, a cat's sadness is a cold, introverted sadness. When depressed or psychologically traumatized, a cat will choose to hide. They isolate themselves, curling up their pain and gnawing on it alone in the darkest, most hidden corners. They do not cry out for help. They do not ask for pity. The silence of a sad cat is an iron mask concealing a bleeding soul. And it is exactly this suppression, this solitary endurance, that makes a cat's sadness so dangerous, profound, and physically destructive, often breaking down their bodies much faster than in other animals. As an expert, I want you to discard the misconception that cats are simply lazy or aloof. Any sudden change in their daily routine is a red flag warning of depression. Here are the detailed signs to look for. A healthy cat sleeps about 12 to 16 hours a day, but they usually break up their sleep and are ready to wake up at a strange noise or a passing bug. When a cat is sad, they use sleep as an escape from reality. They might sleep up to 20 hours a day. More importantly, their sleeping posture changes. Instead of exposing their belly to relax, a posture indicating trust, they will curl up tightly, a defensive posture, hide their face, and show absolutely no reaction to favorite toys like feather wands or laser pointers. Ears, frequently pinned back or flattened against the head, airplane ears, displaying high alert and fear. Tail, tucked deeply between the hind legs, rather than held high like a welcoming question mark. Eyes, pupils constantly dilated even in bright light, a vacant, lifeless gaze. They will actively avoid eye contact with their owners. This is the most dangerous sign. A sad cat will lose all interest in food, even the pâté or treats like churro they once went crazy for. Fasting in cats is incredibly dangerous. If a cat stops eating for just 48 to 72 hours, they can develop hepatic lipidosis, fatty liver syndrome, and acute, potentially fatal liver failure. Cats are inherently clean creatures, spending 30 to 50% of their waking hours grooming. Sadness pushes them to two extremes. Self-neglect. They stop grooming entirely. Their coat becomes dull, matted, full of dander, and sheds excessively. Psychological self-harm. Overgrooming. Conversely, due to extreme stress, they might obsessively lick one area of their body, usually the belly or hind legs, to self-soothe, similar to a human biting their nails. This leads to dermatitis and large bald patches. Silence. A normally chatty cat suddenly becomes completely mute. Moaning. They may emit low, prolonged meows, growl for no reason, or yowl at night when alone, sounding almost like a mournful lament. This is an issue many owners misunderstand, often leading them to scold their cats. When severely depressed or stressed, due to moving a new family member, etc., a cat may urinate inappropriately on your bed, sofa, or clothes. This is not revenge. This is their way of mixing their scent with their owner's scent to comfort themselves in a world that is currently frightening them. Once you've identified these silent cries for help, you need to step into the role of a feline psychologist to pull them back from the abyss. Here is the intervention protocol. Absolutely never conclude that a cat is just sad without a veterinary visit. Cats hide physical pain exactly as they hide psychological sorrow. Kidney disease, urinary tract infections, dental pain, or parasites cause symptoms identical to depression. Ensure their body isn't in pain before attempting to treat their soul. Feline psychology is highly sensitive to change. They are routine-oriented. Sadness usually stems from loss of a companion, owner away for a long time, another pet passing away, changes in environment, moving, rearranging furniture, the arrival of an intruder, a new dog/cat, a newborn baby, environmental impoverishment, confined in a small space for too long, no scratching posts, no vertical spaces to climb. Create safe bunkers. Provide them with cardboard boxes or cozy beds in high or secluded spots. Don't force them out if they aren't ready. Let them have control over their space. Fix schedules. Feed, clean the litter box, and play at the exact same times every day. Repetition gives cats a sense of safety and predictability. Endorphins, happiness hormones, are released most abundantly when a cat successfully hunts. Spend 15 to 20 minutes daily playing interactive games with a wand toy. Simulate the movements of prey, flying, hiding, crawling, to stimulate their predatory focus. Crucial. At the end of the session, let the cat catch the prey and reward them with a small treat. The cycle. Hunt dash, catch dash, eat dash, groom dash, sleep is the golden key to bringing a cat's physiology back into balance. Synthetic pheromones like Feline available as sprays or plug-in diffusers. These mimic the soothing pheromones released by a mother cat's cheeks, helping them feel familiar, secure, and are incredibly effective at reducing stress. Low-frequency music. Cat music scientists have created music specifically for cats with tempos matching the heart rate during nursing or the frequency of a purr, which helps soothe their central nervous system. Do not force cuddles when a cat is scared or depressed. Sit quietly next to them and go about your business, reading a book, scrolling on your phone. Occasionally look at them and offer a slow blink. This is the kitty kiss, the strongest signal in their language that you are not a threat and that you love them. Let them come to you on their own terms. The most magical thing about the human-cat relationship is emotional resonance. Even when struggling with their own sadness, or after you have successfully healed them, cats always maintain a profound, sacred, and exquisitely subtle care for their owners. Have you ever noticed that on your absolute worst days, when you are crying or completely exhausted, your cat, even if they are normally aloof, will naturally come and bump their head against you or lie on your chest? Cats are acutely aware of changes in human hormones and heart rates. They recognize your sadness before you even shed a tear. When a cat senses you are sad or sick, they will approach and begin to purr. A cat's purr vibrates at a frequency between 25 and 140 Hz. Medical research has proven this is the exact frequency range that helps lower human blood pressure, reduce stress, and even aid in bone healing and tissue repair. They aren't just comforting you. They are utilizing their own biological energy to treat you. A cat's affection is sometimes quite funny and deeply rooted in primal instincts. They might bring a cockroach, a lizard, or their favorite toy to your bed. In their eyes, you are a large, clumsy cat who doesn't know how to hunt, and they are fulfilling their familial duty to provide by bringing food back for you. Your absence is the cause of their sadness, and your presence is the only cure. They love sitting in the corner of the room watching you work, or curling up on a pile of unwashed laundry, because that is where your scent is strongest. A cat's love is not loud and overwhelming like a dog's. It is a silent, persistent, and absolutely loyal presence. You see, the journey from understanding a cat's sadness, finding ways to heal them, to receiving love back from them is a beautiful, closed circle of empathy. You and your cat are not just in a master-pet relationship. You are two souls leaning on each other in this chaotic world. When you save the soul of a sad cat, you are inherently nourishing your own.